Hey San, welcome to Expert Living in Sweden. I am KB, and on this channel I share my experience as a South African living in the north of Sweden. So on this specific video, I'm going to share with you 10 things I absolutely love about living in Sweden. So if this sounds good, stick around. Let's get right into it. The first thing that I absolutely love is the safety. As I've said, I'm from South Africa. And well, let's just say I never feel safe walking around alone in the middle of the night. And here in Sweden, I can absolutely do that. Just a couple of weeks ago, I went out for bowling with some colleagues and I took the last bus back home. I think it was around midnight. And I was just strolling from the bus and there was a group of young Swedish guys having a conversation in the middle of the street. They were probably just coming back from a party themselves. And I didn't have an ounce of fear inside of me. And I'm not saying that it's completely safe, that nothing bad will ever happen. This is not what I'm saying at all. But I'm just saying that it's so much safer that I could even consider walking home alone. I had my phone in my hand. I did not have any kind of fear that somebody's gonna come and snatch that phone away from me. So I absolutely love the safety. I mean, you still need to take precaution. You still need to, well, be safe and take responsibility for your property. But I think for the most part, it is safe. We always make a joke with some friends that Sweden is so safe. If you were to drop your phone, you'll probably come back and still find it at the same place. So I absolutely love that about Sweden. So the next one is privacy. I don't know if privacy is probably the right way to put it, but I think it's privacy. I feel like Swedes are very private and I like that. As I've said, I'm from the south, I'm from the south of Africa. Yeah, and well, let's just say we don't really practice the whole privacy thing for the most part. We don't really uphold privacy. We tend to be in each other's business. For example, like if you have like neighbors, you probably know your neighbors, you probably know what's happening in their house. But in Sweden, or at least in my experience, I don't even know who my neighbors are, if I'm being honest. Of course, yes, I'll meet them maybe in the corridor if you're going out to do your laundry in the common area. But I don't know them, I don't know their business, and I don't feel the need to know that. We always make another joke that Swedes like privacy so much that if they were planning on, let's say, getting out of their apartment and they hear you open your door, they're probably gonna like run back inside until you've passed and you've gone down the elevator. Then they'll come out because they don't want to meet you. So I think it also borders a bit on being antisocial, or I don't know what it is. But I personally like that because I always used to struggle with having people in my business. I don't like that. So I like the fact that everybody keeps to themselves here. But I mean, it's a double-edged sword because it might also feel lonely at times. But since we're looking at the positives in this video, I will write it down as a positive. So another point for me is I like the fact that I can see where our taxes are going. And one of the examples is the fact that there's good access to healthcare facilities. It's not completely free, but it is subsidized to a huge amount. And I say it's not completely free because when you go, you would still have to pay a consultation fee, for example. But for the most part, there's good service delivery. And yeah, this is not a video to compare with South Africa, but let's just say I can see where the taxes are going and I really like that about Sweden. And one point that Sweden is widely famous for is the work-life balance. And I will say so myself, I absolutely love that about Sweden. They really take care of their employees. I always say that like Swedes work to live, they don't live to work, and I absolutely love that. They will, for instance, my employer gives you 2 hours a week that you can spend during working hours for like wellness, so you can go to the gym during this time. But they also are very big with families spending time. There's times when they call, like, there's like sport law, for instance. This is like a sporting break where my colleagues who have children will normally take that week off and spend time with their families and attend their different activities. Yeah, they're very big on work-life balance and not the constant rat race running on the hamster wheel until you can't breathe any longer. So I absolutely love that. Another thing that I like about Sweden is just how most Swedish people, if not all of them, because I've never met a Swedish person that cannot speak English. So that's one thing also I like about living in Sweden, that even if you're not yet fluent with the language, if you really need help with something, people here speak English, so you'll be able to navigate your way around. So that's one thing that I also appreciate. Another point is that Swedish people are very polite. They're not very confrontational. They're really polite people, and I really appreciate that about living in Sweden. Another thing that I absolutely appreciate is the Scandinavian design. I like all the little trinkets that they sell, the furniture. I love their clothes. I like how the Swedish people dress. Love that about Sweden. Their sense of style and just the design. Another thing that I absolutely appreciate, especially for me, because I live in the north of Sweden, is the closeness to nature. I can literally feel like the air that I'm breathing is clean, and I just like that there's so much greenery around me. And yeah, it just makes me feel more relaxed, and I really appreciate that. And of course, last but certainly not least is the long summer days. I like the fact that I can take a walk at 1 a.m. and the sun is practically still out. I absolutely love the long summer days. So this is some of the things that I like about Sweden. And if this was interesting for you, go ahead and click on the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Go ahead and comment in the comment section below what you like about Sweden or what you look forward to experiencing once you have moved to Sweden. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.